Jamahl Simmons, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to give kudos to my colleague for that very
Yes.
powerful statement that he made.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, it's interesting the difference 3 years make. A couple of years ago, we were all in lockdown and learning how to use masks and hand sanitizer and all that. And, for the most part, we exist in a world now where, while there are still cases, we mostly feel as though it is over, even with the announcement of the U.S. government opening their borders to the unvaccinated. But, Mr. Speaker, we as a people have not had the opportunity to actually pause and reflect on the impact of what we've been through. I mean, to our credit, we kept moving. We kept moving. We did what we had to do. But the impact, whether it was the impact of that young man and his tragic suicide, or the many other people who've taken their lives or try to take their lives because of the stresses created over the past couple of years, the people who've lost employment, lost economic opportunities, lost homes, lost family members, lost so much. We haven't really taken time to really acknowledge that. We just kept moving. And so one of the things I think, we got through that pandemic, and I'm not going to give the cliches of, Bermudians always come together when it's a storm or when it's a crisis, but I am going to say this: there is a lot of disillusionment, disenchantment, disengagement, disappointment in our community today. And a lot of our people are looking for some hope. And I've had some time to reflect on this, Mr. Speaker. There are problems that are in our community right now post-COVID that are man-made. There are some that are beyond our control. But I think that each of us, whether you hold elective office or not, whether you aspire to elected office or not, have an obligation to do a little more, to be more compassionate to each other, because there are a lot of Bermudians are very proud people. A person who is struggling to figure out how they're going to pay the next bill may never show it. But a lot of us in our community are quietly carrying that pain. So the one thing I would ask each of us to start considering and thinking more about is being a little bit more patient, compassionate, and understanding with each other. Because it is that position to help. If you know that your activities, your policies, your approach is creating harm while it lines your pocket, we need you to think about your country and your people and do your part to alleviate some of the suffering. We have so many of our people have become disconnected from each other. And so whether it is the passing around of video footage of a motorist dying from a car accident or from a gunshot wound, or something that would seem so simple as illegal dumping of trash, if we do not see the value in each other, if we only see a person as footage to pass around and build some clout on, if we only see a spot as a place for something to dump things, we see the erosion of our society, our culture, and our way of life in ways that we cannot predict. And so we need to be a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more understanding, but also try and be more seeing of the humanity in each of us. This is needed. And I spoke earlier about people feeling disillusioned and disenchanted. If you feel that way, what I have found is that you can be fulfilled by giving just 1% more, doing your part to make Bermuda 1% better in your space wherever you can. Because that's what we need right now. If we had just 20% of our population giving 20% more, giving 1% more, giving away the notions of greed and selfishness, giving away the notions of looking down on each other and discriminating each other, we'd be in a much better place. But we've been through a lot. And I think we sometimes don't give each other enough credit for what we have been through. But I think that we all need to take a moment, reflect on the people that we've lost, reflect on the damage to our economy and to businesses and to homes and to children. There have been some studies overseas dealing with the impact of remote learning on children who are in primary school. There have been analysis of people in other jurisdictions who are now using credit cards to extend their monthly payments and to keep their lights on, to do different things like that. These are all happening in our countries, not just in other countries. And so as a government, there are some things that are coming that I'm very excited to see in terms of helping to provide relief to our people. Very excited to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing them become reality. But now, in the interim, each of us has a role to play in making this country better. And we can't abdicate that responsibility. We absolutely cannot, because too many people are suffering. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, MP Simmons.